Okay, because it's only 2 cakes. It's very quick. Okay, fruit cake takes a long time to bake because these cakes are denser cakes. So what cake you did the other week was a sponge, was soft, right? Sponge-based cakes. Okay, fruit cake, and also the gluten-free chocolate cake, and also we're going to do a Madeira cake. Excuse me. Madeira cake is also called as a butter cake because the base starts from butter. Okay, so we're going to make Madeira cake as well, and also we're going to make Sabayon. Okay, there's a Sabayon. You know, we made the Sabayon when we made the cake, sponge cake. So Sabayon can also be served as a sauce, a dessert sauce, and also be served as a dessert itself. Right? We're going to make it Sabayon. Just a couple of batches is fine, and then we can serve it as a dessert on its own. Okay, or I'm going to give a demonstration on that. Okay, so first we need to get prepared for 3 cakes. Right? So I need 2 groups. Catherine, you two, and Preksha, who are you with? And Jisoo. I want you to prepare for fruit cake. Okay, so yeah, so we don't need 8, just 4. Okay, everything 4 separate because this is just mixing. So as I said, 2 groups can come together and make 2 cakes. Okay, so 2 groups will merge and they will make 2 fruit cakes. Okay, until you take one and the other group takes another one. Right, similarly, where is Sanjeev? Sanjeev is not here.
Sanjeev is one.
Okay. Me, Sheldon, Camilo, and Uncle Sanjeevan are number 1. Tell them to collect ingredients for Madeira cake. 4 portions of Madeira cake. I'll give you the recipe here. Right? And who else? Let's go back to who are you? Okay, well, we can just help that as well. Joshua, and who else not doing anything? Yeah, you're already with Joshua, right? Who else? You will collect ingredients for flawless chocolate cake.
Sorry?
Flawless chocolate cake.
Okay.
Ryan, so you will prepare the molds for all the cakes. Okay, just the small. Grease them, paper. Get them ready. So how many cakes? So you might need 4 each, 8, 16. If it's too small one, you can make 16 and plus another 4 big ones. Okay? So yes, let's go. Let's get started. Collect ingredients first, and then let's start. Okay, when you're ready. Okay, Madeira, you have
Converting
How many? 4?
I extra with the just less than 4. Okay, yeah.
Because the 2 groups will merge.
Yeah.
fruit cake is a Christmas tradition. Alright? So in this fruit cake, most of the fruits we use are dried fruits. Okay? So when you're using dried fruits in a cake, it's very important you hydrate them. So why do you use dry fruits?
So it doesn't get watery.
You never get too much watery, and also you can use fresh fruits as well, just that in dry fruits the flavors are concentrated. Flavors are concentrated, and in cold countries you don't get in winter, you don't get fruits. Okay? So you dry them, you keep them for winter, you keep them for all throughout the year. Okay? Usually back in those days, fruits are seasonal, right? So you use in winter. Most of the countries, Christmas is in winter, right? So dry fruits, you can use them, but it has to be hydrated. So what we used to in 5-star hotels, what happens is before Christmas, before 1 year, they'll have a big, okay, a setup with all the dry fruits. So what guests do is they throw in, like it's a tradition, like it's about 150 people will throw in ingredients and make a cake. So what they do is they'll have all different types of dry fruits, and then every person can throw in their dry fruits and also the alcohol. They macerate it. What is macerate? Marinate is for me. Macerate is yes. So you throw dry fruits and liquor. All different. You can throw in vodka. You can throw in brandy. You can throw in whiskeys, Cointreaux, Kahlua, anything you like. So what happens is the dry fruits, and they leave it for about the process takes for about 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. So what happens is the fruits absorbs all the liquor and they get softened, right? When they get softened, they release the flavor as well in the cake. That's when your fruit cake can really smell fruity. Okay, you can do that way. Okay, so macerate the dry fruits in liquor for a really long time. What happens then? The dry fruits will absorb the flavor from the liquor, and also they get softened as well. They get soft. That's one way of doing it. Another way is using the hot water. Okay, if I put the dry fruits in hot water, what happens? It instantly softens. Okay, it instantly hydrates. Okay, so last week we made a cake using air. Was a rising agent. Over here, does this recipe has baking powder?
Oh, it has
Yes, it does.
Okay. So over here, baking powder is the rising agent, right? But this cake does not rise. Okay, it's quite dense. See the amount of ingredients here? No way it can rise. It's a dense cake. And also this cake, because of the amount of alcohol and butter in it, it can stay in the room temperature as well. Okay? And usually these cakes have a longer shelf life compared to other cakes. Okay? So I've got water here, butter. Making them is quite simple. Right? Making these cakes are quite simple because it doesn't need much skills. The only thing I have to work is just eventually at the end, because I'm using the star ingredients, which is the baking powder. Whatever cake which has baking powder, it doesn't need much skill because this will do the rising. Rest everything, you just have to mix all the ingredients and finish it. Okay, so I've got the butter, sugar, and can I have a wooden spoon, please? So next, I'm gonna add this sultanas and raisins into it. What else? I'm gonna use the apricots. This is very finely chopped. All right, doesn't have to be finely chopped. All right, just roughly chopped is also good. All right, I'm gonna add that as well. These are citrus peel. Again, they're sweetened, right? Candied citrus peel, and this is candied pineapple.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll do this. We'll add this a bit later, and then now our main aim here to soften all the dry fruits.
Was it on cold water or like just simmering?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, at the end of the day, it has to melt and it has to absorb the. So is all this ready? Is the fruit ready? Like the portions ready for the rest of the fruit, please? Okay. So this has to simmer. Okay. For it to for the dry fruits to get softened, this has to simmer for at least 20 minutes. It says in the recipe, but we will do it for at least 10 minutes. Okay, and then this mixture has to go cold before when we mix the rest of the ingredients, because we've got egg here, right? So if this mixture is hot, if I add the eggs, what happens? It cooks. Okay, and also if I add the flour to a hot mixture, it cooks again. Okay, so we'll simmer this for about 5 to 10 minutes until these dry fruits gets a bit soft. All right, and then let's cool it down, and the rest is just mixing all the ingredients into this. That's the easy cake mixture. Okay, alcohol, you've used, some of you have got Cointreau, some of you have got brandy, right? It could be any alcohol. Doesn't matter. It's mainly asked for flavor and also for the preservative. All right, next, I'm gonna put this away, and I will be demonstrating the fruit cake. The flawless chocolate cake. Main ingredients for chocolate cake, flawless chocolate cake is no flour. Instead, we've got almond meal. Right? What is the rising agent here in this cake? Eggs. So how do we use eggs as a rising agent? Huh? Can Preksha read the recipe, please?
Place and bind the cake.
Beat
gently.
in the eggs.
Separate the egg and white to soft beat with 1/2 the sugar. Cream the egg yolk with the rest of the sugar.
For the chocolate cake. You said you need egg whites.
No. I'm just using here red butter. So go for the egg white, dry and soften the butter, cream the egg yolks, the vegetables, set the almond meal.
What's this? Breadcrumbs? Almond?
Yeah, because it's gluten free. Almond flour.
No flour.
Milk. What is the difference between milk and
Right, is it me or I can't find the butter, use of butter in this recipe? Can you just have a look?
No butter.
Huh?
No butter.
Below chocolate. I know there's below chocolate, but what is the use of butter? How are we
Maybe
using
grease
the
and
butter?
lime? Grease?
Huh?
No.
For grease. Alright, so it's been about 5 minutes and I've let the mixture to go cold. Okay, when I say cold, it's just room temperature, not too cold.
No.
No, Chair.
Can I have the size? Yes. You're from Chef Steven's doctor. Alright, so what happens is this dry fruits is half soft, so that's what exactly we wanted. Another big bowl, please.
Yes.
Alright, after this, it's quite simple.
You're leaving for your home, right? For holidays, home. You're going home, right? What day are you?
I think 20 minutes. Check for after 20 minutes.
December 1st.
December 1st? When you will be back?
January.
A lot of ingredients.
Cannot
Yes.
remember, maybe third, 27 or 8.
We already had brown sugar.
Sunday.
Already a lot of brown sugar. We don't need any extra sugar.
Already 1 month more.
Alcohol.
I'm leaving 28
And then, can I get a grater to zest them, please?
my class.
Oh,
No worries.
so you asked for the shirt?
Huh?
You already asked for shirt? And shirt is okay?
Yeah.
What? So we got the
Chickpeas. These are chickpeas. These are macadamias. Hazelnuts, not macadamias.
because
Yes.
yeah, I know.
Okay. You can zest.
Christmas holiday. Christmas holiday. Yeah, long holiday.
Chickpea in a fruit cake. Chickpeas in a fruit cake. Alright, a best way to take there is a tiny bit of shell here. If I try to take it by hand, by spoon, I struggle. Use an eggshell to take the eggshell out. Right?
You separate.
See that in one go. Alright, so I'm gonna stop this process here. Right? Why? The mixture is a bit too hot at this stage. If I add the flour, your cake will not, it's a bit doughy. Okay? Even after it's baked, it becomes a bit doughy. Okay? So, Catherine and Lisa will finish this cake. All we have to do is, once the mixture is a bit cold, comes to about room temperature, beat the eggs, flour. This is what is this? Baked strong flour and plain flour. Right? So this can be together. Baking powder together. All we have to do is mix this eggs. Once this mixture is room temperature, cold, beat the eggs, put it inside, sift the flour, and give it a good mix. This won't be as soft as the other cakes. It won't be as runny as the other cakes. This is it will be like a muffin mixture. You know what I mean? And then you put it into your molds and you can bake it. Is that clear? It takes a long time because it's a dense cake. It takes a long time to bake as well. Usually a cake which is a 12-inch might take up to 2 to 2.5 hours in 170 degrees. Right? And also you can change the flavor of a fruit cake by dominating one fruit. A plum, cherry, right? Pineapple, or any one fruit can dominate as well in a fruit cake. Or this is like a good mixture of all the fruits. Okay? And the zest as well can go. Alright, I'll let you go. Do the rest. Okay, what I want you to do is start this mixture first. Right, I think there's only 3 more to go. Alright, do that. Cool down. Alright, so who's working with me? Which group?
Preksha and it's
Alright.
so
Jisoo and Preksha, you share this fruit cake and you will share the chocolate cake as well. Alright, rest 3 groups, you got 3 portions. Share your ingredients. Do this one first. It takes a long time to cool down. Alright, once this is done, you can put this in the cool room so that the mixture cools down.
so the ingredients are there.
Again, this mixture has butter in it. You can't just cool it down, just bring it to a room temperature. Alright, so do that and do your chocolate cake as well.
You put the name. The name.
I put it on the plate.
Huh? I'm waiting for this. See this? That's why we sit. Alright, so for some cakes it's very important you keep the air inside. For some cake it doesn't matter. Right? All this Jinwa sponge, the chocolate cake, wherever we add egg white whipped, it has to be, you need to have a lot of air. Okay, Tanika or who's these guys? Jisoo, can you get me the mold please? 2 smaller ones and 1 bigger one.
Here.
Jisoo,
Bigger one here. Bigger one is here, there's a smaller one.
not this one, not this one. But,
Not this one?
There's one.
Ah.
And this one. 2 are small and 1.
Oh.
yeah, or let's see how we go.
Yeah.
Alright, this cake not gonna have much of a rise, so you can go. I can do this with this one. Why? Because it does not have any air inside. It's a denser cake. Alright? But the other cakes, I can't do this, alright? Only gentle, okay? Because if not, there'll be some hollow. With this one, because it's a tight mixture, the mixture could have some hollow inside, right? That's why I don't have to worry. I can close my eyes and do this cake, okay? It's up to you. How do you want to use it? Two of those, one of this, all right? And finish this, take this home, keep it in the freezer for 6 months, all right? Or you can keep it in the fridge for about 6 to 8 weeks, right? It lasts too long, right? Because it's a denser cake, okay? So do this once the mixture is cold. So my mixture is not warm at all. If the liquid is hot and then you put the flour in, the flour cooks. All right, and then when you bake the cake, and you cut the cake, you feel it's doughy. Why? The flour is already cooked, it will not cook again. Okay, so that's the reason it has to be cold. The mixture has to be warm to soften the dry fruits, but it has to be cold when you're mixing the mixture. Is that clear? Right, do this. We'll put this oven at 190, and we can put this, maybe you can do another small one. We can put this in there, okay? Obviously this will cook faster, and this will take about an hour and a half, okay?